Hi everyone, this is Maggie. Thank you for stopping by to see me. I hope everyone's having a good day. This is Thursday. For me, it's still, just turned noon. This video that I'm making right now will be a Friday video for y'all. Before I get started, I just want to send some love to some of these subscribers that I have. I only see a few of them, but the ones that I can tell you I'm going to mention this morning because I appreciate each one of them, and others that I can't see. I know there's more than this. Claire 74, Pamela Ann Sanders, Jessica Lopez, Espro Harris, not sure, forgive me if I mispronounce any of these, Just Crafting Along, Sean Mary McMillan, Ilse Newton, Alex's Hobbies, Sarah Lee Armstrong, Leslie Ditton, Met Fern Spirit, Susan Pepper, Sweet Southern Girl 40, Jacob Nowak, and the Passionate Sticker Haul. Passionate Sticker Haul. Thank you each and every one so much for subscribing to my channel, and I really appreciate you, and I appreciate each subscriber that I have that I don't know who you are, and I can't mention you, but thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, today we're going to work some on our new journal, the Paris Journal. And I'm going to just say right off, if I'm hoping I'll be able to finish this video. I'm feeling a little bit discombobulated this morning. I'm not sure what the reason for that is, except I do have a pretty bad headache. It's not a migraine headache, I don't think. It's just a headache, and I did take some ibuprofen for it before I came on, and I hope that will help. But I may or may not be able to finish this video. So we're gonna work on some ephemera today for our journal, and also I need to fix, the cover is pretty much done. I just have to put in another panel here, and this is the panel that was here, but I was not happy because it really didn't line up very well. You know, it's funny how you can cut things exactly the same measurements as best as you can do on the same trimmer, and they will come out different. That is a mystery wrapped in a riddle, like my daughter always says. But anyway, so I was able to lift this up without doing too much damage, and I did cut another piece of paper. So today I'm going to cut a new panel for this and glue it down, and then we'll be good to go. The other thing is, you know, I debated about whether I was going to do a one signature or two signature on this. This spine is, well, it's with the fold in between. I measured it. I cut it at 1 inch. I had it wider, but I said, no, I'm just going to do a one signature journal for sure. So as I put the papers together, and I said, you know, I probably will be able to get by with just one signature for sure. So I did leave it at that. I hesitated putting this together, but I needed to get it put together. And then after I did it, I started looking at counting these papers and thinking, I've got a lot of papers to go in one signature. I mean, I know there's no rules in junk journaling, I really do, but I think there is kind of a limit of how many papers you should put in a signature, and I think I was kind of pushing that beyond the limit. But we'll see. I'm not going to remake this. I'm not going to take it apart because the fabric is already on here, and I'm just gonna go forward with it and do the best I can. Now I'm going to put silver corner protectors on here. I was not able to get my corners in as nicely as I wanted to. there is some fraying sticking out here. So I'm going to put the silver ones. I never use the silver ones because I don't really like the look of them. But because of the silver that's in this fabric, it's kind of a glittery effect. I haven't noticed it coming off, which I'm happy about. But yeah, I think the only thing I can put on here are the silver corners. So, but I'm not going to do that today. I am going to, hopefully today, maybe cut a pocket. And what I plan to do is to take some of this ticking paper that I found, which I really like. It comes in some really pretty colors. And it comes in a wide stripe and a narrow stripe. It comes horizontal and vertical, which is really versatile. And I think I may have told you where I got this from, but oh gosh. Let me just look real quick if I can. I don't want to spend a lot of time doing this, but sometimes it's hard for me anyway to find background papers or that I really like or that I need for a specific thing. So no, this is going to take long because I'm not signing in on the device that I usually sign in on. Let me just look here real quick. Again, I hope you're all having a lovely day. It's almost the end of the week for you who may be working a Monday through Friday job. Let's see here. Okay, this is from Tattered Notes. That's Tattered Notes, and this is just vintage ticking in 9 standard colors. It's from Tattered Notes on Etsy. So if you're interested, that's the place to go for ticking paper. I did find some others, but I was drawn to this the most. There's probably others that are just as nice, but I was drawn to this. It looks an awful lot like fabric. I just really like it. So, but the first thing we're going to do, we're going to start with something fairly easy today because of my headache. I really did want to get into some real ephemera making, and some of the pieces I'm going to make, you're going to, if you follow me, if you followed me through my library journal, you'll recognize some of them are becoming standard pieces that I like to put in my journals, interactive type pieces. But we're going to start with something simple just because my head, I'm going to do the best I can, guys. I apologize. I don't generally like to get on here and complain or talk about anything that might be bothering me. And in general, things don't usually. But for some reason, this headache is just really gnawing at me. So the first thing we're going to do is take a couple of our master boards because I used a couple of different kits, and that's the other thing. For some reason, I'm just not 100% thrilled about the choice I made, but that could just be because of the way I'm feeling right now. So I'm not going to pay a lot of attention to that. I'm just going to move forward with it and, just put it together in the best possible way I can and not fret about it. So these are the two master boards that I'm going to work with today. I feel they're fairly neutral. They do have some of the playing card elements in them, but I don't think that that's going to bother anything. It's got a little bit of pink, a little. Looks kind of green, but it's actually kind of a grayish beige color. So there's not a lot of color in these. But there is a little bit, which is fine because there is quite a bit of color in these papers, and there's quite a diversity of colors. So I think that it's going to be just fine. We shall see. We shall see what we shall see. Alrighty, so I guess it doesn't matter which one I start with. I am going to trim them both a bit before I start. I don't want to cut it up and then have my pieces wonky. So I'm going to trim off some of the edges and kind of even it up a little bit. This Monday when we do Masterboard Monday, this is going to be a different Masterboard. It's not going to be franken paper and it's not going to be fabric this time, although I do plan to do another fabric one in the very near future. But this is going to be made with shapes, and I'm just going to use circles. So what I'm going to plan on doing is, I've got lots of scraps here in my scrap pile to my right. I'm going to take my circle punch and I'm going to just punch out a lot of different circles. Now at Christmas time I did something like this. I wasn't going to make any Christmas journals because I had been busy making other things. There were journals that I wanted to make, and it was awfully close to Christmas. But I went ahead and did it anyway. I did make, I think, 3 Christmas journals. I gave 2 as gifts, and the other one I set aside. Well, I didn't set it aside. I did it first for myself, but then I decided just to include it in all my made journals. So I decided what I wanted to do with my journals. And okay. And I made these Christmas trees out of collage shapes. They turned out so cute. They look like almost pieces of a patchwork quilt. I really liked them. And then I made stockings, large full-page stockings. The Christmas trees were full page. And then I made some full-page stockings that were like, I think I made them into a big tuck spot. I think that's what I ended up doing with those. But they were really cute. I really liked them. So I thought I would do the same thing, sort of, kind of, and make masterboards out of them. So I hope you'll tune in for that. That'll be going up on Monday. I hope you enjoy it. Maybe you've done something like that yourself in the past. I don't know. If you have, then please let me know if you enjoyed doing it. Masterboards are just great to do anyway, I think. They're a nice thing to do when you don't know what to do. They're a nice thing to do when you've got a pile of scraps that you want to get rid of. Or at least, you know, make more manageable. My daughter yesterday, I didn't film a video yesterday. My daughter asked me to watch the little one while she went to the retinal specialist. While she was pregnant, she started having bleeds in her eyes. Same thing that happened to her father. But she was so scared. She was so scared, which was one of the reasons she ended up with a C-section, because they decided that it could have a very bad outcome on her eyes if she was to deliver vaginally, and with all the pushing and everything, all the extra pressure on her eyes. So we were all thankful that that decision was made. That's what she wanted. Last thing she wanted was to lose her vision, because they told her it could happen, but they said it would only be temporary. Well, how would that go? First-time mother has wanted this baby for her whole life, went through so much to get pregnant, and it was a very difficult pregnancy. It was difficult in the sense that it was very hard on her body. It took a lot out of her. And then to lose her vision while she was giving birth and not be able to see her. I mean, it's not, I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's just kind of like, why would they even suggest that happen, you know? So she was not going to go for that at all. And there was some disagreement actually between the doctors about what should be done. But in the end, I believe they did the right thing. It's just a corner here and a corner there that's coming up. So I'm going to cut these into some tags and pockets probably. And I don't know why I put my trimmer away because I need it. And rather than to have it, to be able to look at it while I'm trimming it, I am just going to turn it over and just cut it up, you know. What will be, will be. So yeah, I watched my granddaughter yesterday while she went to the doctor. Didn't film a video. I will drop whatever I'm doing to spend time with this little one and to accommodate her mom and dad if I can by watching her for a little bit. But you know, she's getting to, I told my daughter, I forgot how much energy it takes to even take care of a baby that size. I mean, she's almost 5 months old now. And she'll be 5 months old on the 22nd of May. So, I mean, you know, she's about 4.5 months, let's say. And she is as strong as a mule. I mean, both in physical strength and in her mind and feelings. Now, you know, babies at this age, they don't really decide in their head what they want. Their body dictates to them what they want and need. And once their needs are met, you know, they're usually pretty fine. So, but she makes her needs. She's a stinker. But I enjoyed watching her, and she was kind of cranky when she first came up to me and really didn't seem to want to have anything to do with me. But as she was with me for a while, and she fell asleep, you know, she took her bottle and fell asleep, and she took herself a little nap. And when she woke up, she was just as sweet as, my daughter says she always wakes up with a smile, and she did with me as well. The couple of times she's fallen asleep, she wakes up with a smile. So we played for a very long time. Now playing, you know, is more like, all right, which direction do I, maybe I just want to kind of cut this in half. I don't need any tags really that are more than 6 inches, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. I think I need to change my blade. And we played together. I read to her. She's, you know, this is not unusual for a baby her age. She's very attracted to the contrasting colors and everything. And so I read to her, and I got a couple, you know, baby toys out and played with her. And made all kinds of, sang to her, you know, made all kinds of movements and noises to keep her entertained. She hasn't started actually laughing yet, but it sure seems like she wants to. And there were a couple of times I thought for sure she was going to laugh, because I know she thought whatever I was doing was funny. It's just so cute. So cute. Okay, so here we have a tag. Alright, let me maybe do a pocket. How wide is 6 inches? That's a little, how wide is this? Yeah, 6 inches. That's a little big for a pocket. All right, well, let me cut another tag. So I had a good time watching her. And sometimes in the evening, I will go ahead, if I didn't get a video recorded in the morning, or there's another video I want to record, I will go ahead and do it. Let's see, this is 6.5 inches, so maybe I'll make a 6-inch tag. You know, because sometimes my dogs will be really, I don't like to leave them downstairs any longer than necessary. I just miss them because they're my companions, of course. And I just don't like to do that. So sometimes they're just really good for me. And I don't have to worry about them interfering too much. So, well, this is a little wide. But I think I will trim this down and probably make a pocket out of this one. Or it could be another tag, whatever I need. I haven't lately been doing a lot of tags. However many pockets I put in and tuck spots, I at least try to have one tag for each one of those pockets. But we'll just see what we have. Maybe I'll make a journal card. This is 4 by 6. This is 6 inches because the one side is, it's almost 6.5 because it had a branding strip on it. So I'm going to make this a 4 by 6. So let's say this is going to be a pocket. These are tags. This can be a journal card. That's a good size for a journal card. Oh, we're losing a little piece here. Let me glue this down before I forget. I think I'll just use my glue stick. So yeah, my daughter had to have injections in both of her eyes. And she had to have injections in both of her eyes. And then that causes, I'm not sure if it's the injection that causes the extra bleeding, but okay, this, it can be a 6.5 inch tag. Make it a little bit taller. You could just see her eyes, these big blobs of blood. But, you know, she's been a real trooper. She really has been a real trooper throughout all of this. I'm very proud of her. And I hope when Leah grows, well, I'm sure she'll know. My daughter loves this baby so, so much. Well, so does my son-in-law, but you know how it is with a mother and a daughter. She loves this little one so much. Do I want to just leave this as a journal card? It's a pretty good size. It's only 5 inches. Okay. All right, so we've got 2 journal cards, 1 pocket, 1, 2, 3, 4 tags. So let's see what we can get out of this one. See, these had branding strips down here. I just left them on because it gave it a little bit more room. And again, I'm going to cut them. Maybe I'll cut this one 7 inches so I can maybe make a couple of longer tags. Turning it over like I'm trying to see if I cut it right. Okay, so we're just going to make a tag. I like 3-inch tags. for the most part. I think this is really nice cardstock. It's a little bit textured, but I think it'll be fine to write on. So there's one taller tag. Maybe I'll do another one. Okay. Now, how much do I have left here? 6 inches by 7 inches. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is 4.5 inches. I need to make a couple of pockets. Maybe 3.5, 3 inches. So there's a couple of little pockets. And another tag. Okay, so maybe I want another journal card. I do have lots of extra papers that I'm not going to be using that I can make journal cards out of. But let's go ahead. How wide is this? About 5 1/4. Oh, this is going to be too wide to go into that. It's going to be wider than the page, Maggie. Oh, that's 5 inches. Okay, so let's go. See, my headache is 5.5 inches. So we have it 5.5 inches tall and about 4 inches wide. That'll make a nice little journaling card. And maybe I'll make another one. And how many tags do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'll make a couple smaller tags. All right, so I see I still got some loosey-goosey things going on here, but I'll fix those before I finish them. All right, so out of these 2 master boards, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tags. I'm happy about that. And I think I said this was going to be a... Oh no, this is tags. I got 12 tags. I've got plenty of tags to decorate. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 journal cards. And 1, 2, 3 pockets. All right, very good. So that was good. All right. So that took me a half an hour. Just moving along here at lightning speed. All right, so let's fix the panel on this. I think I said I started cutting out my fussy cuts are not, I don't know, they're mostly square or rectangular. I was gonna run them through my brother, but I'm having a problem with my mats. I need to get some of that spray. And I had meant to get some, but I forgot about it until it was time for me to use it. And then I thought, oh man, I need to get these cut out. So actually most of them can be cut out on a on the trimmer. Sometimes it is actually faster. And so I started that last night, but we're not really ready for them yet, but I'll work on them some more today. So I do think I want to get this put all together here. And maybe I'll even make the pockets for it. Yeah, I think I told you my plan. I plan to put, not necessarily this piece, I want something wider, but my pocket's going this way. Normally I put my corner rounders on first before I put my pockets, but in this time I'm going to try doing my pockets first, and then I'll put the corner protectors on. So I want to put a pocket this way and then put some black lace, black or pink lace on here. But first let's get this journal covered, and then we'll be ready to go. And I think I told you also, surprisingly, this was not difficult to, in the end, to punch through. It was easier to punch through it than it was to cut it, actually. And I'm going to not buy this type of cardstock, this type of chipboard again. It's just really too thick. It doesn't need to be this thick. So I need to cut this 6 by 9. The stripes are going vertically, so I got this little cutter. Was not very expensive. I think it was $8 or $9 on Amazon, because I wanted a smaller cutter. What I really wanted was a smaller guillotine, but I couldn't find one. I'm sure there's one, I just didn't see it. So I went ahead and ordered this, which I used last night pretty much, just cutting out the pieces of ephemera instead of getting this big one out. But the thing about it is, and I didn't even notice this when I bought it, I don't think there was anything in the description, but it's all in, oh no, now that I'm in the light, I'm seeing it. I thought, oh, for heaven's sakes, this is all in centimeters. But in actual fact, you cannot possibly see it on camera, but slightly, it's not raised, so it's more of an indentation. Along the top there are inches. Well, I'm happy for that. I may take a permanent marker because in the wrong light I would not be able to see that. But anyway, I think it was a good little investment in actual fact. You know, I mean, it doesn't have anything to hold the paper down, and it doesn't have a wire in it, which that's what I really love about the Fiskars. It really, you know where you're going to be cutting at. But as long as you line your thing up with the channel, it's fine. I like it. All right, so let's get this cut. Okay, so I need 9 inches. You know, and I try really hard to, in my mind, I think I'm doing it anyway, to get these. And I'm having a little trouble with this journal. For some reason, I don't know why. Picking out my pages to go in between. I mean, there's so many of the journal pages, and I think what I have to do, I just have to be really, I have to discipline myself for a minute and just say these cannot possibly all go in this journal. So you're gonna, I already did that once, but I need to do it again because I do like to add other papers in, and I like to add scrapbook paper that coordinates with it to put the pockets and other, you know, elements, because sometimes they can be a little bulky, and I just really don't want to make it, I mean, it's, you know, it always ends up being fatter than you think it's going to be, but I just really don't want to, I don't want to have it really thick, and I don't want the pieces that I make for it to make it thick, neither do I want the paper. And I use 32-pound printer paper to print all my pages on, and I really, really like it. It's nice paper, and I'm really leaning this time towards doing that, taking some of the background pages and printing some coordinating papers and putting them in between. And so I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to put this down with glue stick to begin with, and then maybe I will glue around the edges. I've had pretty good luck with glue stick holding fabric down. This cardstock is also kind of shiny. Not cardstock, but chipboard. It's kind of shiny, which I'm not crazy about. I just don't know why I purchased this. I must have been a good price or something. But let me tell you, it was not easy to, and I can't tell you what the millimeters of thickness are because I don't even know. I can't remember if I got it on Amazon or I got it on Temu, but I'm not shopping from Temu anymore anyway, so I won't be buying it from there. I know that Temu is a very controversial thing among a lot of people, among crafters, really, because since there was so much pirating going on, which is, that is really sad. I do not support that at all. But I tried to stay away from anything that could possibly be pirating, like I didn't buy. When I first started, I want to be honest, I bought papers from Temu. I never liked them though to begin with, so I quit buying them, but I would not have known if they were pirated because I didn't know enough about creators or the junk journal world. I didn't know who Tim Holtz was. I just didn't know. I was just uninformed about all of that. Well, this looks a little better than the other one did. One of the reasons I decided to use glue sticks was so I could reposition them soft. I really try to get these lined up with each other. Sometimes it works really well and sometimes it doesn't. So that's a lot of glue stick on there. That's going to really have to take some time to dry before I can do anything else with it. I don't think I'm going to put my pockets on it yet. But I could cut them, right? And I think I usually put lace along here, but I don't think I'm going to do it on this occasion because it's almost impossible to tell where the seam is unless you look real close. I mean, you know, where they overlap. And that's usually why I put it, is to cover up, to cover up any overlappage. Oh dear, I got some glue on here. Well, I'm going to put a pocket across there anyway. So I think I'm actually going to put the pocket edge right up to the spine, or pretty close. And I think I'm also going to gusset them. So it's just a matter of deciding how tall and how wide. Now, typically in the front and back pockets, I do like to put my, if there's some really large journaling cards that I've made from leftover papers that I couldn't put into the journal, and my writing board that I like to put in. So how tall is this? This is 4 inches, that's good. And if I need, if I'm gonna put a gusset. Actually, I could use this piece. I need 4.5 by 7, or just a little less than 7, because I really don't want it to go into the spine, into the fold. All right, so let's cut this. My handy dandy little baby. I'm sure there's a better one. I was so tired last night. I just said I need a smaller cutter. I found this one. The price was right, so I said, well, it's gonna be you, little blue cutter. All right, so I see the inches on here now. That's a good thing. So I am gonna make this just a little bit less than 7 inches because I really, like I said, I don't want to go into the spine, all the way into the fold of the spine. So I'm making it about 6 6/8 maybe. And then I'm going to make it 4 inches tall, or 4.5 inches. These inch measurements on here are not easy to read, but they are there. And I can read them. Get my little cutting board out, my little scoring board, which is absolutely filthy. I like this little scoreboard, but I don't use it as much as I used to because I don't think the score lines are all that accurate. But I do use it for something like this where I don't have to worry so much about the measurements. But when I'm putting together a folio or something and I want it to fold correctly, I do not use this. I've thought I've been on track more than one time, and I end up being off and it doesn't fold correctly, and then I have to start trimming. All the extra steps that take up time and cause you to make mistakes as well. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm out of frame. So I want this to be 1/2 inch. So when I'm doing something like this, I just kind of line it up and then hope for the best. I may even print out some of this ticking and use it as some background pages, a few. And I'm out of the lightweight, the really lightweight cardstock. I used it all up, I guess because I was upset with it and trying to get rid of it, which was a big mistake because I could use some now. Alright, so I'm just going to score this. So let's see how this fits. Well, that fits pretty darn good, actually. I like the way that fits. And I like to put sometimes I forget to put the gussets, but I do like to put the gussets because then it gives extra room for putting thicker things in, or if somebody gets it, it's room for them to put whatever they want to put in there. And I don't have to worry about it being real tight. So I like that. So I will cut another one the same size or as close to as I can get. I think this piece is too narrow. So we will cut it. That's 5 inches, that's too narrow. Oh, this one will be good. Come here, I should name this little guy. Firbon, F-I-R-B-O-N is the manufacturer, I guess. So I want this to be just a little bit, oh no, I want to go this way. Is this wide enough? That's 6 inches. Not wide enough, Maggie. Well, I'm going to have to print out another piece, so I'm not going to do that right now. But I do plan on using this. I mean, I can make some tags out of this. I think I might print it out in maybe a pink and a blue, maybe. So I can make some tags out of this if I need them. And all right, so we're good here. I just got some glue on here that I'm not crazy about. Maybe I can get it off with my glue eraser. So this is the cover. It'll be finished once I get the pockets on and get the corner protectors on. And I'm fairly certain that I do want to do a topper on here. I just, right now, I can't kind of picture it in my mind's eye. So this is something I've got to think about. With our next video, we're going to finish up our pockets that go in here. We're going to put the corners on, and then I'll start making some decisions about the papers. Well, I'll probably make them before you see me again, but I'll make some decisions about the pockets. Not the pockets, but the papers that I'm going to put in. And then we can start making some pieces of ephemera. And it's like I said, right now I've looked at a few videos that I do kind of like and would maybe like to tackle. But I don't think I'm going to go that way right now. I think I'm just going to go with what I've already have. I can look in my idea book that I have now and see what I put in there, and flip through my last journal, the library journal, and see if I can find anything. Oh, so my daughter came up with a good suggestion. I told her we should do this together because she has such wonderful ideas. To close this, and and I do have some, I just have to find it. I was going to put an eyelet, here and here anyway, and I'm going to tie it with some leather cording that I have. And she suggested that. She says, because Mom, you know how a lot of older books had leather on them or were leather bound or whatever. So that kind of gives you a nod towards that feeling of old book. So that's a good idea. I was thinking of ribbon, but I think that the leather cording will really be nice. So I've got to put that on here. That's why I still have it out. And so I'm going to get off of here for now. Thanks for bearing with me. I feel like I was really, when you talk about the tortoise and the hare, I feel like I was really the tortoise today, even more. I tend to be a little slow anyway, which I'm very sorry for. I don't want to waste anybody's time, But thank you for bearing with me through my headache. My headache is actually feeling better. Yay! I'm very happy about that. So I can move on with my day. I probably will make another video tonight. I do kind of like to get a couple of days ahead. I always like to be ahead. I don't particularly want to make videos on Sunday, but I'd like to have a video to post on Sunday and have my Monday video ready as well. So I'm going to continue to nurse this headache a little bit and try to get some other work done on this. Maybe get some more fussy cuts done, get my second pocket. I need to cut out another piece of paper, get that. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't need to cut it, print another piece. I've got a piece right here. So you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Be blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.